Have you ever felt like your life was spinning out of control? Bills piling up, friendships breaking, or maybe fear that keeps you awake at night? Imagine being in the middle of a raging storm with no way out. That's exactly what Jesus' disciples faced one unforgettable night on the Sea of Galilee. And what happened next would leave them and us speechless. The day had been long. Crowds pressed in on every side, eager to hear Jesus teach, to see him heal. As the sun dipped behind the hills, Jesus turned to his friends and said, "Let's cross to the other side." The disciples, seasoned fishermen, welcomed the idea. Finally, a chance to rest. The sea glimmered under the fading light, calm and peaceful. They pushed the boat from shore, the water lapping softly against the wood. Jesus, weary from pouring himself out, found a cushion at the back of the boat and fell asleep. But peace can be fragile. Without warning, the sky darkened. Winds howled across the water. Waves rose higher, fiercer crashing over the boat. Seasoned sailors shouted, pulling ropes, trying desperately to keep control. "We're sinking," one cried. "Get the nets," another yelled. But it was useless. The storm was stronger than their skill, stronger than their strength. And where was Jesus? Still asleep. Soaked disciples stumbled to the stern, their voices breaking through the thunder. "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Can you hear the desperation? They weren't just asking Jesus to wake up. They were asking if he saw them at all, if he cared. Jesus stirred, not in a panic, not with fear, just quiet authority. He stood, water dripping from his robe, eyes steady against the storm. And then, with a voice that cut through the chaos, he spoke, "Peace, be still!" At once, the wind died, the waves stilled. The sea moments ago wild and untamed became as smooth as glass. Silence. The disciples froze, their chests still heaving from the struggle. But now, their fear shifted. They whispered to one another, "Who is this man?" Even the wind and the sea obey him. This story isn't just about a storm on the Sea of Galilee. It's about the storms in our lives when fear drowns out faith, when problems feel bigger than hope. The disciples thought the storm was the greatest danger. But Jesus showed them the greater lesson. Peace doesn't come from calmer seas, it comes from trusting the one who has power over them. So the next time life feels overwhelming, remember this: the same voice that silenced the storm that night is still speaking today. He's still whispering, "Peace, be still." And that peace, it can be yours. If this story encouraged you, imagine what more of God's Word can do. Subscribe for more Bible stories brought to life, and share this with someone who needs a little peace today. Until next time, remember you are never alone in the storm.